Good morning children, welcome to the social science class. Today we are going to see Unit 6 in history, the Middle Ages. So what is meant by Middle Ages? We'll see the definition for that. Historians call the period between the end of the European Empire in 476 AD and the capture of Constantinople by the Turks in 1453 AD as the Middle Ages. So the historians name Middle Ages as the period between 476 AD to 1453 AD. Between these years, that is the end of the Roman Empire and the capture of Constantinople by the Turkish people. So this period is called as Middle Ages. So in this lesson you will come to know about the Asia in the Middle Ages, that is East Asia in the Middle Ages. In that you will come to know about Shang Dynasty, the fall of Shang Dynasty, and about Ming Empire. So these are the dynasties which were in China, and about Islam and the rise of Islamic empires, and about Christianity, Crusades, impact of Crusades. Okay, everything will be covered in this chapter. Okay, so first we'll see about the East Asia in the Middle Ages. First we'll look into the Shang Dynasty. Trade and industry flourished during the reign of Shang Dynasty. Iron and steel industries became highly organized. So this during this dynasty, during this Shang Dynasty ruling, trade and industry has been flourished, and iron and steel industry is also very popular among that. So it has been the years 1962 to 1279 AD, that is Christian era. Okay. So the rebellion of hard-pressed peasantry under the leadership of Hang Shao dealt a death knell to the tottering Tang Empire. So after this only the empire split into 5 rival states, and it remained as it came into a new dynasty called Shang. So this period was flourished in iron and steel. Okay. Next we'll see about the fall of Shang Dynasty. The Shang period was also called as the prosperity to the land owning class, officials and rich merchants. So it was very flourished one. Okay. The peasants by contrast had to suffer grinding poverty. Before any internal crisis could develop, there would be 2 external invasions from the north that entered the Shang Dynasty. By the same time, the farmers had been suffering with from extreme poverty, and there were 2 external inventions, that is from the north, and that has put an end to the Shang Dynasty. The Mongols established a rule in the name of Yuan Dynasty. So after the Shang Dynasty, the Mongols has captured it and they named it as Yuan Dynasty. Next we'll see about the Ming Dynasty. The Ming Empire, which replaced the Mongol Empire, consciously discouraged industry and foreign trade in order to concentrate on agriculture. This resulted economically China lagging behind in the 16th century. Other parts of Eurasia, building on the techniques of the Chinese, began to march ahead. So during this Ming Empire is between the years 1368 to 1644 AD. So this empire has mainly concentrated on the agriculture. They put aside the industry and foreign trade. So because of this introduction of this agriculture methods, China had been lagging in the economic level. So meanwhile the other parts of Eurasia and Chinese techniques all began to march ahead before. Okay. Next we'll see about Islam and the rise of Islamic empires. Prophet Muhammad established Islam. So we all know that the Muhammad, that is a great prophet who has established Islam. Islam gave a message of brotherhood. Islam laid stress on the equality of all those who were Muslims. This message of equality and brotherhood had great appeal not only for the Arabs, who were divided into varying tribes, but also for people in other parts of the world. So Islam, they mainly concentrated on brotherhood. Okay, everyone is equal before the eyes of God. Okay, so they stressed more on equality and brotherhood. So not only for the Islamic people, but also for all the other people who lives in various parts of the world. Next is about Arabian. Abu Bakr and Omar was succeeded Prophet Muhammad, who succeeded Prophet Muhammad as Caliph or Caliph. Both religious and temporal leader laid the foundation for a Islamic empire. So these two persons, Abu Bakr and Omar, they have been succeeded by Prophet Muhammad. They had laid the strong foundation for the Islamic empire. Islam advocated simplicity and equality. These two ideas impressed people and fed up with the old order of oppression and exploitation. So these are the two main ideas, simplicity and equality. This is what God is expect from us. The Arabs easily overran many regions. Egyptians had suffered much under the Roman Empire, so they opted from Arabs. So the Arabs, they have captured many regions. The theories and all had spread it into many regions. So the Egyptians who were suffering from the Roman Empire, now they got relieved due to this Arab people. The Arab, until then largely nomads from the desert, become the rulers of the mighty empire. So later these Arabs, initially they were like nomads. They travel from one place to another for harvesting, agriculture, for grazing animals, goats, sheep and all. But later they started to become rulers, okay, and then they become a mighty empire. This is about Crusades and the fall of Seljuk Turks. What is meant by crusade? Okay, we'll see that. The struggle between Christianity and Islam beginning in 1095 continued for nearly 200 years and is called Crusades. A struggle, a big fight between the Christianity and Islam in the beginning of 1095, and it has been continued for 200 years, and that is called Crusades. Okay, the Pope and the Church called upon all the Christian people of Europe to march to the rescue of the holy city, Jerusalem. Okay, so the Pope and other church members, they all call the Christian people to come to rescue the holy city. That is, Jerusalem is considered to be the holy city of the Christians, to rescue that from the Islamic people. We'll see about the impact of Crusades. So what are the results of Crusades? Crusades ended the feudal relations. Many of the nobles who went to East to take part in the Crusades either stayed too long a period and did not return at all. And next we'll see about feudalism. Feudalism, it has been raised in the Middle Ages period. So that is, people who worked and fought for a person who owned land and received land and protection in return. That is, people they worked under some landlords, but in return they got land as well as protection from the landowners. So despite the hold of powerful religions such as Christianity and Islam, the economic life of people were governed by this feudal relation system only. So the king supposed to represent God on earth was at the head of this feudal regime. So in this feudal system there was no idea of equality or freedom. Okay, but in Islamic we had an idea of equality, freedom, simplicity, everything. But this feudalism doesn't contain all those things. They were only rights and obligations, and the nobility and the clergy people did not allow to do any work at all. So they remained very relaxed. They didn't do any work. So all the burden has been put up on the heads of peasants, that is on the farmers. This is what happened in the Middle Age period, children. I hope you would have understand this. You'll get the notes shortly. Thank you.